The targeted ads won this round. So I don't know if anyone else has been experiencing this, but for the past several months, I have been just bombarded with ads for this game, June's Journey. And since I have been really busy and haven't had a lot of time to work on scripts for my usual analysis type videos, I thought it would be fun to go on a journey together to see if this game is worth all of the money that they are pouring into advertising. And I like historical fiction, I like mysteries, but this game has been literally everywhere. I was listening to the Books in the Freezer podcast, which is a podcast about horror novels, and there was an ad for this game. So I have no idea how they found me, but we're gonna see if the targeted ads were on point today. Full disclosure, I did try to film this video playing on my tablet yesterday, but the tablet version of the app really doesn't play well with my screen recorder. So I am playing on PC today through Facebook Games, and we will see if that is a little bit more successful. Fingers crossed. So we've got an opening cutscene, I guess, with some pretty loud music. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. My name is June Parker. 2 weeks ago, my sister Claire and her husband were shot and killed at their estate. The police said Harry killed Claire and then turned the gun on himself, but I had my doubts. I'm on my way to New York to take care of my niece, Virginia. Then I'm going to find out the truth. All right, so we're here to solve a mystery. So all of the ads for this game put a lot of emphasis on it being set in the 1920s, and I just have to say, I don't think this is an accurate 20s outfit. I'm pretty sure that women were not wearing khaki pants in the 1920s. The hat is okay though. So we're at our family estate where Claire and Harry died. Who's that by the front door? So we've got our first hidden object scene. We've got to find the hidden objects. And there's a little hint button. I learned when I was trying to film this yesterday that it's actually really hard to talk and be entertaining while trying to figure out these puzzles. All right, so we found our first clue. We found Mrs. Talbot. Mrs. Talbot? Oh, Mrs. Talbot, I've missed you. Mrs. Talbot was more than a housekeeper. She'd practically raised Claire and me. Should I do voices for the other characters since it's not voice acted? I'll try. I'll do my best. June, welcome back. I'm so relieved you're here. I've been on my feet all day. I'm barely sleeping. Can we sit down? So we've completed the first stage. I have no idea how this point system works. I have no idea how you get scored, but you do. And we got a gift. I don't love the reward system. I find it kind of annoying, but I understand that that's kind of a staple of mobile games. And there's also, this is the second gameplay loop. So the first gameplay loop is the hidden object scenes, like we just looked at, where you're looking for clues. And then when you find a certain number of clues, you're able to unlock a cutscene where you get a little tidbit of story. And then this is the island decorating phase, which I have to admit I am much less interested in. Mrs. Talbot says, "I've been meaning to get a new set of garden chairs. Let's pick some out in the shop." So we can buy items for our shop and construct them. "Thank you, June. I'm devastated by what's happened." "Virginia's inconsolable. You're exactly who she needs right now." Again, with the timing of the game, like I said, June's outfit is not very historically accurate. I'm not a fashion historian, but I'm pretty sure that this is not what they were wearing. It looks like a modern person going to a 1920s themed party. And then Mrs. Talbot looks very Edwardian to me. She looks like she's from a completely different era of history. June says, "Where is she?" "She's here. She's barely left since her parents died. You'll find her in the parlor." So, oh, our chairs are done. To tap to finish setting them up. And there's 2 in-game currencies, I guess. So you earn coins by completing the hidden object games. And then you earn flowers by completing island decoration sections. And we've unlocked the next scene. Oh, here's a tutorial that says exactly what I just said. So let's play the next section. The load times are pretty good. It loads pretty quickly. Okay, Virginia looks a lot more 1920s to me. She's got the Marcel waves in her hair. She's got the drop-waisted dress. Maybe June is just bad at clothing. Maybe she's just very unfashionable. "Virginia? Oh, darling, I'm so sorry." What kind of voice am I going to do for Virginia? "Aunt June, I'm glad you're here. It's all too much." "I came as fast as I could. I'm here for you." I leaned in to hug my niece, and I gasped as I saw my sister's face looming behind her. Okay. So we've got the family portrait, teapot, doves, suitcase, tobacco pipe. There we go. The hidden object scenes are not too bad. I'm not the best at this type of gameplay because I have ADHD and I feel like I do sometimes tend to get overwhelmed or overstimulated by all the things on screen, but these are pretty okay for me. "Goodness, this painting is lifelike. I don't recognize it. Is it new?" Okay, so we did not see the ghost of our dead sister. We just saw a painting of her, which is kind of anticlimactic, but I guess it is chapter 1. "We posed for it only a few days before. My parents were so happy together." "Aunt June, I miss them so much." "I know, Virginia. So do I." Alright, so we've completed the level. It's a very simple game. If I was picking something to play for myself, I would probably want a little bit more complexity. I would probably want some actual puzzles, not just finding things in a picture. But I understand that this is a mobile game that is free to play, so that's probably outside the scope of what the developers can do. Although they definitely have a pretty chunky advertising budget, so maybe I'm giving them too much flack. And after the tutorial, you have to play each scene a few different times to find 2 separate clues. So that's another thing that I don't love. If you're going to make me do a bunch of hidden objects, I would like for it to be different scenes, because as you guys can see, a lot of the things that I'm looking for are the same every round. So it does get a little bit repetitive. That's probably my biggest complaint so far, is that the gameplay is very repetitive. But I like the art design. I really like the art style, the way the scenes are illustrated. I like the character designs, even though I'm talking shit about June's clothes. And I like the music a lot. I think the soundtrack for this game is really nice. Aunt June, I need to tell you something. Of course, you can always talk to me. I know this is still very painful. I feel like I'm having a conversation with myself. It's not that. I mean, I do miss them, but that's not what I wanted to ask. It's not that my parents were murdered. I found this after the police left. Okay, so I think we're about to get that second clue. So we've got a loose photo, the phone. Let's see, it's got me finding that mask again. I'm gonna use one of the little hints. There's the leaf. There's the sheet music. I'm missing the locket. There we go. And hopefully it'll give me the clue now. So we've got a loose photo. This is a photograph of the murder scene. Virginia, you shouldn't have this. I know, but I just can't believe that my father killed my mother. There must be something in this photo that proves he's innocent. Please, just look at it. Virginia's thoughts echoed my own. Could Harry really have murdered Claire? So we've completed another stage, I guess. Okay, let's keep going. Oh no, I don't actually want to play this scene again. Hold on. Quit. Is that gonna mess me up? Okay, no, it takes me back to the island. That's good. Pick up an island errand. Find one clue in hidden object scenes. Collecting both clues in a scene will mean you're ready to progress to the next scene in the story. So the errand is to play the game. Sure, I'll play the game that I've already decided to play. All right, so we're going to find clues in the crime scene photo. Very meta. I had been a nurse during the Great War. I was familiar with death. Ooh, we're getting a lore drop. But nothing can truly prepare you for seeing your loved ones dead. Virginia, I'm so sorry you had to see this. Me too, but it made me think. The police believe my parents fought. Supposedly, they were drinking alone, but if that's the case, how do you explain this? Oh, we've got 3 whiskey glasses. So there was a third person in the room with them. Ice bucket. They had a guest on the night that they both died. It doesn't actually say how they were killed, which is interesting. There are 3 whiskey glasses instead of 2. And the matching crystal carafe is missing. Someone else was there the night Claire and Harry died. All right. Got another random gift. I don't play a lot of mobile games, but I understand that these are all typical mobile game things. They're just not super my favorite. Okay, so let's keep looking for clues. Did they have electric fans in the 20s? I don't know enough to confirm or deny if that's historically accurate, but it doesn't feel right, does it? Got the champagne on the floor. That's where I keep my champagne. A banner. There's the banner, and I'll use this hint for the tray. All right. Let's claim our reward. Still looking for that last clue. Let's try to figure out how they died. So there is a blood stain here under Claire, the sister, but there's no blood on her husband, Harry. I guess maybe they were murdered in different ways. They look very peaceful though. They both look very peaceful for people who have been murdered. Which is not... It's a cozy mystery. They're not gonna show actual realistic corpses. And I do understand that. I just think it's a little bit funny. Very serene murder victims. There's the wallet. Still don't know how the points work. But see what I mean? Like, it gets kind of repetitive looking for the same objects in the same room after so long. After a minute, you can just kind of do it automatically, which I think takes some of the challenge out of it. I think it would be nice if maybe the objects were arranged randomly and they changed after a certain number of attempts. Nail polish. That's gonna be super tiny. I was just talking about how it's too easy to find things, and now I can't find this last object. We'll use our hint. Oh, weird. It's not even in the photo. Okay. Scene cleared. Still not giving me that clue, though. Here we go. Okay. Did you tell anyone about your suspicions? The police? Mrs. Talbot? The police wouldn't listen to me. Of course I'd want to defend my parents, they said. The whiskey glasses aren't the only things out of place. Look at the floor. All right, let's see. We've got the muddy footprint. There's that fan. The banner, the sunflower, the champagne, bust, chest. And a curtain. This reminds me a lot of the I Spy books that I feel like were big in the 90s. Did anyone else have those as a kid? I had one that was a Halloween edition, so it was like a haunted house, and you had to find things in these pictures. There's a muddy footprint on the floor, a man's shoe, but Harry's shoes are clean. What about Mr. Talbot? He must have been tending to his groundskeeper duties. Okay, we've got more lore. So Mr. Talbot is the groundskeeper, Mrs. Talbot is the housekeeper, and they are married. Mr. and Mrs. Talbot had the day off. They went into the city. Which means if an intruder came in through the garden, no one would have seen them. We should take a look at the garden. go back to the island. We get more rewards. Wonderful. Okay, we have to get 30 flowers for our next reward. It looks like we can build something. I don't know what the diamonds are, but I have them. So let's do an instant upgrade. Okay, and then we get our reward. And then I get more diamonds. Okay, so that was a very efficient use of resources. Our next little side quest, I guess, is to find 20 objects in the hidden object scenes. Okay. All right, so let's investigate the old garden gate. This gate is always locked, and the wall is too high to climb. How could someone get in? It's an old estate. There are lots of ways to come and go. Claire and I used to pick this lock and sneak out when we were your age. Look at her. Look at her with her little hair tuck. She said, we used to sneak out. We were bad girls. All right, so there's a broken lock, rope. It's also pretty obvious what the clue is going to be. I don't think this raven hanging out in the backyard is going to be the thing that's relevant to the mystery. The lock's been forced. Recently. Everything else has ivy growing over it. Why is everything covered in ivy if you have a professional groundskeeper? It sounds like someone's slacking on the job. I can't believe Mother used to sneak out this way. She was always so proper. She was seeing your father on the sly. Love makes people behave in unusual ways. Again with that hair tuck. June's not like other girls. So someone broke into the estate, but who? And why would they kill my parents? I don't know yet, but we're going to find out. I think I'm gonna call it quits there. I feel like you get the idea of what the gameplay is like, how the game works. So I hope that if you have also been getting millions and millions of ads for this mobile game, this has sated your curiosity and given you some information about what June's journey is actually about. I think it's cute. I like it. It has that kind of tonal dissonance that a lot of cozy mysteries have, where the atmosphere and the vibes and the scenes themselves are very cozy, but the subject matter is kind of like the opposite of cozy, which is, like I said, that's just a thing with cozy mysteries. That's not specifically this game, but I always think it's a little bit funny. I think this would be a good, like, waiting room game if you are in line somewhere, or if you're waiting for an appointment and you don't know how long you're going to have time. I think this would be a good game to pick up and put down quickly. I usually play Tetris when I'm in line places or when I'm waiting on something, but maybe I'll download this game on my phone and it can be my new waiting room game. I don't know that I would play it just for fun. Like, if I have a day off and I want to play a video game, I think I would probably be more likely to seek out something a little bit more complex, something with a little bit more meat to its gameplay, like the Nancy Drew games or something in that vein. But for what it is, for a free mobile game, this is cute, this is fun, and now I know what all the ads were hyping. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.